And welcome everybody to yet another Red Leaf Retrocast Anime Edition episode. It is episode 103. Tori, Hickey, we're back for another one.
We are! Woo!
Yay!
Only 1 week late, but it's Icky's fault.
Yay! I had to go to a subtropical forest full of Germans. And
Yeah, of course, yes.
Yes.
well, I mean,
A commonplace for the wild German to hang out in the subtropics of Brazil.
Well, I sent you the pictures. You
I know,
saw
it was great. I loved it.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. And my nice schnitzel, which was really good.
Literally just lived that joke that I made. The fucking, you have to go to see German. It's actually, in Hickey's case, I guess he doesn't have to. You're just wandering around and suddenly every sign is in German. It's like, did I leave the country?
Yeah, no, like we stopped at a bar to eat, and I love this bar because it's in the beginning of a Italo-German district. So when you get is like in Portuguese, and then you have bienvenido and welcome, and on the other side is like what is I have a safe trip in German. Is danke für den something, and the other side is like yes. German, Deutschland.
Yeah.
No, everything becomes just German.
It sounded like you put some Dutch in there too.
No, because I don't know if it's German or if it's Pomeranian.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if it looks German, and Pomeranian is pretty much German, with a little bit of spice in it. So. I don't know if it's a mix of German and Pomeranian, but there's a shitload of Pomeranians as well.
Oh, interesting.
Well, they're still hanging around here.
It always astounds me how much of like this wild German culture is in like Argentina and Brazil.
Hey! Don't mix my Germans with the Argentinian Germans.
Oh, jeez.
Those are they came a little bit later than my Germans. My Germans came here from like pre-World War One, and Pomeranians are World War One, after World War One. The Germans, however, and Argentinian, they're
post World War II, right?
Yeah, they are post of World War II. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned a little bit about it in history class in Germany, and I found it absolutely fascinating because it's just a part of weird, you would think with a country like the United States where so much history is done over and over again over the same two wars, mostly World War II, that would at least somehow come up at some point, and it never does, where just mass immigration out of Europe happened to South America.
Yeah, no, it's the same as Chile. Chile has a bunch of pre-World War One imperial Germans.
Yeah.
Even the army is pretty much a Prussian army.
Italy went through it too as well.
Yeah,
we have another popular country that
Italians.
Yeah,
there's a few Japanese there as well, but you don't see them that often.
No.
Although they go like watch the cherry blossoms bloom.
Oh well.
Yeah,
why not?
From time to time, at least I go as well, even though I guess it's next month in August, in the middle of the winter, because subtropicals.
Right.
Plants don't
winter.
Work. Plants they don't behave kind of
the same.
Natural, I guess. Like every single tree starts to bloom in mid-winter.
Mm-hmm.
And they dry at spring. It's a little bit weird. Also, that city I went to, there's a maple forest.
Oh?
I don't know why. I don't
Seems
know why
random.
there's a maple. I don't know why there's a. Yeah, no. Someone deliberately brought maple trees here and just planted them. So they became a forest. It is a weird place. I had to deal with some property.
It's like random places
problems.
in America you'll find like a backyard and someone just had bamboo planted, and now their entire backyard is bamboo.
Yeah, the problem is like half of my state is like that. Again, take the wrong turn, and you suddenly are in 1800s Germany
with maple
including
trees.
Everyone with maple trees, and everyone just speaks German and Pomeranian because
what an international cultural podcast this is that covers anime.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but the schnitzel is really good though.
I could use some schnitzel right now. I've been really into cooking Vietnamese and Filipino food. That's what I've been doing.
Vietnamese.
So you have a bunch of. You're just deep frying a bunch of pork, and you're like,
Well, I'm not deep frying everything. I'm making things like a lau mein, a chicken pad thai kind of deal. I'm teaching myself how to make all these things.
Pad thai, yeah.
Yeah. And then I found
that's like, is that even? I don't know. Maybe they have their own recipe for it. I swear that's like
what?
Every fucking Asian like restaurant you go to is like, hey, we got some pad thai. It's like, yeah, it's Thai food, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. So I'm just trying to expand my like Asian food knowledge of how to cook these things, and starting pretty simple. And
listen, man,
it's been a good success.
All you need to know is that Thai food and Korean food are at the top. All right.
I do love some Korean food. That's gonna be on the next on my list. Making some Korean specialties. I got really good at making. I like to think I got pretty good at making some of the just the more simplistic things. And then I'll try to level up Food Wars style.
For me, it's Thai food all the way. Like we have a really good Thai kitchen there near us. It's
sounds
food
delicious.
is so good.
Now, I gotta ask, if I level up my food cooking, Food War style, do I need to cook naked or at least try to get a six-pack going?
I thought the six-pack happened naturally.
It just happens naturally as you level up your cooking?
Hey, man, with that many orgasms that rapidly, then yeah.
It works some weird muscles, let me tell you.
Yeah, I mean, you should strive to have a six-pack regardless of cooking. But regardless, just remember to use at least an apron, because
Well, obviously, I have to at least wear an apron. I can't just be totally nude.
When hot oil kind of spills into your nipples, it hurts a lot.
Do you speak from experience?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Of course he does. Listen,
I believe you too.
My nipples.
Look, sometimes you're very hungry and you're very drunk, and you're not thinking.
And sometimes you're just very drunk.
Sometimes you're drunk, you cook, you're hungry, and you get oil on your nipples. It happens.
Hot oil, not only just oil.
And sometimes you're drunk and you're playing with fireworks and it explodes on you,
That wasn't my fault. I was a victim of it. Okay?
So he says.
Oh, man. Yeah. All right, so on this episode today, 8 minutes in, we are reviewing...
8 minutes, we're doing good time.
That's right, make it good time. Usually it's 20 minutes, but if you're joining us for the first time in a while, we have a new kind of format where Tori, Hickey, and myself will go in an order where each episode, one of us will pick an anime to review. So we're dropping the kind of decade rule that we've had for a long time. Episode 100 has got us doing a new thing. This episode is my pick, and it's over episodes 1 through 25 of Slam Dunk, the anime. That's the one we are reviewing today. So think of it as like season 1, basically. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
If season 1 stopped in the middle of some backstory.
Whatever.
Redemption arc.
Potatoes. I don't think it works that way, but we'll go with it. And then
cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's a cliffhanger for the next season that we've made up. I don't know. There's 101 episodes. I'm like, whatever, 25, and then we'll do another 25, and I think it'll work out good enough. But we'll get into that in a second, or at least after show recaps and reviews of 2021 to date so far.
Yay!
I mentioned in the previous episode that I was kind of on the precipice of finishing like 4 or 5 shows, or at least fully catching up, and Yeah, I did a lot of that, especially with the extra week between 102 and 103 here. I got some thoughts and some takes over a lot of these shows. Hickey, you finished those yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, I finished the spring shows I was watching, and yeah, very, very meh,
Meh.
meh. Well, except Danazano. Danazano was fun, and uh, Zombieland Saga.
Why don't you
So
tell us
that's
about
about it.
Zombieland Saga? It's season 2, right?
Yeah, it's season 2. After the failure, there was the big concert they made. They just recovered, and a lot of plot points were explained. Why you need to save Saga? Apparently, there's just this huge ancient curse on Saga that means people need to be interested in the prefecture, or it just will explode. I guess
Hell yeah.
metaphorically, it will just sink or becomes part of another prefecture. Yeah. So it's a little bit more serious, but even more silly. It's more serious and more silly. So it's great. Also, Mamoru Miyano is just amazing. That's it.
Yeah. Why watch Zombieland Saga? Because Mamoru Miyano is in it.
Because yeah, pretty
God
much.
damn it.
This is your first the first reason Mamoru Miyano is in it, and he has 0 breaks in season 2. He didn't have any breaks before in season 1, but goddamn, in season 2 he's just going all out. 2 because it's a good show. 3 is very intriguing. That's it. But the first is Mamoru Miyano. That man is just way too much.
Okay.
Yeah. He has this ability to just seem like it almost feels like everything he does is improv.
Dude, I probably.
I think he does a lot of alterations to like the way he wants the character to act, but it's like it doesn't like a lot of people you'll feel like, yeah, of course they're acting out the character as instructed. But with Mamoru Miyano and especially Zombieland Saga, it's literally just like, did they tell him to do this, or is he just going crazy?
Yeah, I think the directors like just say the lines however you want, which is great.
Yep, especially when it comes to the English ones, because it's so fucking great that he doesn't understand English, because it's literally true. He doesn't understand English.
It's just going. It's great. But yeah, very, very fun. The other ones were just 86.
I also finished 86.
If you haven't watched yet, just wait season 2 that is coming out in October. And then watch both seasons at the same time.
Okay. I have some takes over 86.
It's very standard. Like, yeah, horror movie logic kind of thing. Like, no way people are that dumb. Oh, no, wait, yeah, they are that dumb.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me go on a tangent here about 86, because I enjoyed this show for the most part. I was into it. It's an interesting plot. It seemed like they were doing something different, but it does. For those that don't know, 86 is about it's like 2 countries at war, but one country had the fucking Terminator thing go off on them, and now one country, our one that we're following, is fighting these robots. And what they've done is they basically went full like World War II Germany on a whole group of people that weren't blue-haired, blue-eyed people. So, take that. I think you know exactly what they're going for. So anyone that's not
totally randomly brought up, definitely not doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, definitely not. So anyone that wasn't blue-haired, blue-eyed basically are isolated, and they have to fight these robots for them, and they're no longer human. Technology has developed where they have what they call handlers. This is our main girl. She is a handler, and she is in charge of commanding this group of
Soldiers,
yeah. It's, let's say there's like 20 of them or whatever, however many there are.
They have a specific name.
Yeah. They have so she's in charge, and it's the journey of kind of these soldiers just struggles with always being at war and their inevitable death. That is, and she was taught that they are actually human, despite what the country's narrative is with these soldiers. They don't even count their deaths as part of the war, and she develops relationships with the whole group, and one by one they just keep falling off after another, and there's lots of sad moments. You learn that the robots are stealing the heads of their enemies to make kind of super robot commanders. So I thought that was kind of cool. You get a good backstory between kind of the main soldier and his lost brother, and there's a big fight, and this is okay. So now they get basically these soldiers get so, I guess, what's the phrase they use? Let's just say they get too good, and to prevent even the possibility of rebellion, the higher ups send these people to an impossible mission, and they die, or that's what they're supposed to do, and there's no going back. And our main character girl can't accept this, and it's inevitable with what's happening. She helps save them, but because there's no going back, they just go off into the distance to fight the robot army that's pretty much leveling up. That's what they say. And the last few episodes, I mean, they're down to like 4 people at this point from the 20, 4 or 5. And so you're given the feeling that the second season is going to be this like last group of 5. Maybe you get more characters and whatnot. And the girl, our main character, it's her journey of like finding them, or she goes about her own way of doing things with a new group, while there's another story going on with the final 5. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. And it's going to slowly kind of build into the second season. None of that happens. Instead, big spoiler. Tori, do you care?
Nah.
Stop listening and come back in 5 minutes.
5 minutes or less.
Yeah,
big spoiler.
5 minutes.
They do some stupid shit, and they all fucking die. All of them. And the head of one of the guys gets taken by a robot. And then it cuts to the woman, and she's just introduced to a new group of soldiers. I'm like, what the? So we're just back at square one. All the characters, like, I give this anime credit for having the balls to kill off people.
This is, I guess, like, for me, it's like the new game plus. Because the new soldiers will have to face Robot Undertaker. And the Undertaker was scary when he was a human. Imagine as an enemy robot now.
Right, but like I said, I give the anime the credit for having the balls to not being afraid to kill off characters. And it made the anime interesting, especially from the emotional standpoint. And, you know, it makes every character feel important in their own way. But I do have a problem with how they set up the second season, where now you've reset the anime altogether. It's the exact same premise and problems that we've just experienced. There's no indication now there's a harder enemy, but there's no indication that history just won't repeat itself. So now it's in my head, why should I care about the second season? It's to me it's a horrible setup going forward.
One of the things that is sad is like they are not taking the heads to level up. They're taking the heads to extend the service period of the robots. So everyone in the Empire is like, hey, we have like 2 more months of fighting and then it's over. Joke's on you. That was a huge flag.
Right, like obviously it's not going to happen.
Of your soldiers, and uploading the brains to the main server, and they are just going to extend the fight. So that's what is happening right now. That will be the second season. It's like, yeah, the fight is not over. No,
It's
revolution.
like whoop-de-doo. All the characters died. Who cares?
I mean, Mangrove is still there.
I don't care. Everyone else is dead. One person living doesn't do it for me. I lost total interest in watching the second season. I just have no. I have no reason to believe otherwise.
Might go crazy as well. That would be fun.
I mean, she already kind of did at the end with resorting to all the measures she went to save this group, but it was inevitable of failure.
Affecting her brain. She might go blind, a bunch of shit. So I would be mild interest, I guess, in the second season, but not full throttle, definitely.
Yeah, they lost a lot of credit with me. I think
it'll be fun. It's not like I like the other characters to begin with. I thought they were just a bunch of pricks.
Well, I mean, do you blame them?
No, not really.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
The show didn't really try to make them likable to begin with.
Well, no, but for some reason I was into it. So 86.
Yeah, I guess I was like, man, poor white-haired girl, like she really doesn't deserve those pricks calling her pig.
Yeah,
she just want to do the best, and they're just a bunch of pricks. Like, oh, that's because they went to wars. Like, yeah, but still. I understand they are upset. I don't understand why they are just being a bunch of pricks.
Yeah, what did I give? What did I give 86 here as a score? Let me see. I don't remember. I gave it a 7. I thought
right.
I thought up until
5 minutes have passed, by the way, so no spoilers anymore.
No, yeah. So I gave it a 7 out of 10. Nothing special. I thought the ending was very. It was a bad setup for a second season, and it's totally lost me. I finished Jouran, the Princess of Snow and Blood. Something I was weirdly into, but the story is very disjointed. I spoke about that an episode or two ago. I was into... So this is a case where a character death meant a lot to the story progression, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. And this anime pulled the old... she didn't actually die situation, and she just shows up and like, look, I saved her. I went, fuck off. And that really took me out of the entire last few episodes, because they just hit the reset button. None of that mattered, and it had an extremely poor ending to what they're going for. I thought about giving this a 4 out of 10 with that kind of ending and what the shit they pulled. I think I was maybe in a better mood than I am in hindsight. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Probably lower with how the story ended and what they did. It was pretty bad storytelling. Horrible ending. Don't recommend this anime. So you know what? I am gonna change it to a 4 out of 10. This was junk.
Damn.
Yeah. That's my Jouran. That's my very short Jouran review.
I guess my highest score was Dynazenon. It was
what was
fun. I think it was an 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I like those old tokusatsu shows. So I was like, yeah. It was a 7. Old tokusatsu shows. It's fun. That's about it.
Did I mention finishing Skate Infinite, SK Infinite in the last episode?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I also gave that show a 4 out of 10. I'm not doing too well right now in the anime I'm watching. 2021's been a rough year for me, besides like shonen anime. Like I liked Stone Wars for Dr. Stone. That was pretty okay. But Skate
isn't that shonen?
Yeah, it's like shonen. I know what I'm getting, and they don't try to do too much stupid shit half the time. It's just like, enjoy your when it's simple, it's at its best. That's kind of what I'm doing there. But Skate Infinite, it got way too Bishy Boy, it was the power of friendship type ending. It over embraced what it wanted to be, and it just went over the top and crossed a line. The animation and the racing of all that was really cool. Liked kind of the color schemes, but overall it amused me for the time I watched it, but it is far from good. 4 out of 10. Oh, and then Tori, you might actually, Hickey, did you read the Promised Neverland manga?
No, because I wasn't interested in the manga.
Okay. Did you watch season 2 of Promised Neverland?
The beginning of it, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be very painful."
Okay.
So
what gave you that indication it was going to be painful?
Like a bunch of little kids running around and a world full of demons, vegetarian demons.
Didn't like that.
Yeah, nah. I figured season 2 was going to be bad the moment they dropped the act of season 1, the moment they stopped the whole like horror element of the anime, and it just became like, oh look, big scarecrows out in the light, and I'm like, if this carries on into season 2, I don't see this being very good, and it did, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't very good.
So you didn't watch it, or you watched like 2 episodes and dropped it, Tori?
I finished all of Promised Neverland season 2.
Okay.
I don't like it.
All right. Here's my take on it.
Mine was like, this feel like Into the Abyss, but I might as well rewatch Into the Abyss and watch this one.
So I binged the entire season. It's not long at all. I think it was like 11 episodes. So and I have read the manga, and here's my weird take on it. I think I'm definitely on Opinion Island over here with the show. So I really like the manga. I like the story. I like the setup. I like the horror element. It kind of went into, well, it didn't kind of. It absolutely went into a different subset horror genre, it feels like. That's what it felt like to me anyways, reading the manga. And watching the anime, it went full anime original with it, basically, after the second episode of season 2. And this is where it loses people that have read the manga, because the anime dropped horror and made it more of this like action adventure situation, and that pissed off a lot of the fan base, and I understand. As soon as I was like, oh, okay, they're going full anime original, I kind of brought up this question in my own head. It's like, okay, it seemed like they're on a time crunch. It seemed like their idea was to just straight up finish this thing now, rather than extend it out to another season. Maybe season 1 didn't go as well as planned. Maybe COVID, put a real wrench into the show. Now, I kind of did some headcanon myself, I guess, where I'm just going to give this a chance and kind of judge it on its own original merit, anime original merit. Do you think that's a crazy idea?
I mean, that's really all I do because I haven't read the manga.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, it's the point of if you read the manga and if you've seen the anime and you understand that they went full original with the anime, why are you going to judge it based in the manga?
Exactly.
You're just gonna get disappointed and angry. And then
but you can also get disappointed and angry at it even if you don't do that.
Yeah, and then you're gonna do what most of the people do. They're just gonna sit on the ground, piss their pants, and start screaming. Metaphorically,
yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, okay.
No,
so
really, they really do that. But Hickey, my sacred manga, my manga, Hickey.
How could you? The manga's now ruined
forever.
All right. So for context, I loved Promised Neverland season 1. I was super into it. So I was really excited for season 2. With the whole escaping the farm, they're out in the wilderness, they're getting hunted, and they have to survive. And how the story develops, I mean, I liked it enough where I binged the whole thing in like a day and a half, over a weekend basically. And they definitely, I thought with the pacing, it was definitely too fast at the end, where they really skipped over a lot of what made the mystery of everything so good in the first season. Now the mystery was dropped and everything was just being solved one after another, and that took a lot of the suspense elements out of what they were going for. Introducing all the characters, and it kind of
went from goddamn they're trying to annihilate the entire demon race to having the fucking demons help them escape in like a couple episodes. It was so bad.
Yeah, that was real bad. And then they did this whole montage where it's like we made world peace.
Yeah,
in like a few
few
years. It was so bizarre.
Oh.
I was like, what is happening here? Like, nothing they did made me go, this is. I didn't get the Jouran or 86 ending like hatred feel of this is like. Don't get me wrong, it's bad, but somehow I feel like they were handcuffed to what they had to do. If that makes any sense. It's kind of a Yamato in the 70s situation where it's like, oh, you got to end this in 3 episodes. Ah, shit. All right. I guess we're going back to Earth in 1. That's what it felt like. It felt like a Yamato situation.
I don't know. It feels kind of weird because, like, again, right? This isn't the second season of Promised Neverland was confirmed like really early. So obviously there was a lot of expectation. From what I've heard, interest in Promised Neverland has kind of dropped off, even with the manga. So I don't know, maybe that affected the second season. But again, it's like they announced that right away, so it must have been pre-approved. So that would be weird for him to then go back afterwards and be like, actually, though, like,
I mean, I just have a theory
it's
that
not like you don't have to end it. You could just, make season 2 and then be like, all right, it's not popular enough. You will never get a season 3. Unless, of course, 25 years down the line will be like, or somebody will be like, you know what? You know what needs a rebooting? That's right. Promised Neverland.
I mean, don't put it past him,
dog.
I would. I don't. The amount of stuff that the amount of stuff that gets surprise second season and third seasons or just complete reboots at the moment is like, what is happening?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Does no one have any good ideas anymore? So now they're like, shit, what used to be popular? What used to be popular? And that had a terrible adaptation. Good. Let's do it.
No joke, there's another move coming out.
I know. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean,
and another Date Alive as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Date Alive is still popular though.
Yeah. So just to finish up on Promised Neverland season 2, I'm kind of swinging between a 6 and a 7 score. Not terrible, not good by any means, but I think I'm at a 6. To whatever that's worth. It didn't lose me as a show, but the speed definitely took out all of the investment that you were into. That's where it lost me.
I just don't like that they decided to fucking go for an entirely different thing, where it's like, not from the manga, but like I'm talking about like the whole like, oh, the suspense is great in season 1, and in the second season it's like, suspense? Never even heard of that word before. It's like,
right.
Fuck off.
It's all good. Yeah. Yeah.
Building up stuff? Nah, man.
Nah, you can't
we'll
do
just
that.
drop everything on you right away. Look, it's a big demon. Don't worry, he's safe though. Don't worry. Like, he won't do anything. Or is he? Maybe he is actually bad. Look at that little monologue that he had, or not even monologue, little dialogue he had where he's like being real evil or something. Maybe that's going to build up to anything. Nah, not really. Nah. Never be touched upon again. That was just, for dramatic effect, I guess.
He's just
oh my god. It's so fucking dumb. I want to see them grow up and reach their ambitions, and maybe then. But we will never ever talk about this again.
No, never came up again. Yeah, they do that a lot.
All right.
Well, the other one was when Norman comes back out of nowhere, and he's been heavily experimented on, and he just goes ahead and with the power of words, all his emotional trauma is solved.
I realized after I decided for myself to sacrifice myself for no good reason.
Cool.
All must die.
Almost die until then.
And
says,
I will
but
even
no.
and I will even hurt you, my best friends, just to attain this because I don't know. He's gone crazy, I guess.
It was only temporary madness. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, then it was the whole thing. It was like, I guess he's dying, but then healing blood and.
Well, no, it was healing blood for the demons only. And...
I know, it's the demons healing, but even still, it's like he's dying. Oh no! But hold on, we have the healing blood on our side. Oh my god!
It's like cool. No, when the montage of peace also included him getting an IV in him, and now he's gonna live.
Yeah,
stupid. Anyways,
modern medicine, ladies and gentlemen, we can cure even experiments gone from a different world gone bad.
Cool.
Yeah, amazing, and we can't cure cancer.
No, you can't do that. Well, no, you have the healing blood. Of course you can.
Oh, that show.
Let's see. I started and caught up with My Hero Academia. It's just before the Liberation arc has kicked off. Supposedly that's really good. They had a class battle. Class 1 and Class 2 battle each other to see the level up. I like what they did with Midoriya's level up system. That's really cool. I'm into it. Not much else to say over My Hero Academia. I like the Liberation arc setup. It's good stuff. Shown in simplicity.
Good. As long as we don't get any... Well, actually, we probably will get more of the fucking, similar stuff to Gentle Criminal.
No, if that happens again, it's an immediate skip. I will not do that.
Yeah.
That is not happening. I hate it. So, okay. Just side comment. There's a wrestler that just debuted, and their name is La Brava. So there's your wrestling crossover. All right. I caught up with Shaman King from 2021.
You're watching that.
Yeah, I am watching that. And
I forgot about that show.
Yeah, and I caught up to the point where the massive Shaman King war battle is going to start, and it seems like people fight to the death. So they all said their kind of goodbyes. Our main character got his own level up by meditating in a cave of death, and he just as one does. And I loved his explanation. The more I thought about thinking, the more I slipped into darkness. So I just stopped thinking, and I win. It's like, okay, yeah, it fits the character, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's the whole point of meditation.
Yeah, no, the whole sense of fighting is you lost as soon as you questioned your belief system. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So the whole
believing in your friends.
Well, it's really funny because that's how every single person has won a fight in the last 7 fights. Is you lost because you started thinking. you doubted yourself for even that moment. That way you lose. Okay.
Strategy, thinking outside the box, doing something different. Nah, you double down on the only thing you know.
Don't lose. Don't think and believe. That's it. As soon as you stop believing for a second, you lost.
Believe it.
All right. Well, not that sense. This is in a legit literal sense. It's quite funny. I fully caught up on Tokyo Revengers. Hickey, I know you're watching that too. You mentioned you are caught up with it too.
Yeah.
So our main character has a lot of W's. You definitely mentioned that to me, and you were right. He is a winning character.
He's not winning. He's just
he's not he is losing.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. It's hard.
It's character trait W's.
It's a W, but not the fattest W that everyone stops to witness. It's just oh fuck, it's a heavy loss. Consolation prize. You know what? I'll fucking take it.
Yeah, it's a lot of those. Just like I said when I first made my impressions.
Did they kill the woman again?
Is that right? No, that hasn't happened yet.
No? Okay. Because that one is a fat loss. Okay. That one is fucked up when it happens. The car accident didn't happen yet, right?
The car accident
in the present when he's an adult.
No,
haven't happened yet. That one is fucked up. That one is like after that one is when you already experienced the win loss. It goes high stakes after that one. That one is fucked up, dude.
Well, okay, just like my
even for shonen manga, that one is fucked up. Like when he tried to drag, it's just that is a spoiler. I won't say anything, but it is fucked up. It is fucked up.
For no, shonen, it just ended. It just left off where sidekick dude got stabbed, and he's fighting the group of delinquents that stabbed him.
Oh, and the festival, yeah,
at the festival. That's and he like they okay. Just like my impression.
Spoilers. We have 5 minutes.
So, I mean, it's gonna be in the description of the episode where it's like we're doing reviews here. Anyways.
Even if people don't
want them,
pay attention, or don't read the description, there's a warn. From now, 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes.
So if you remember my impressions over Tokyo Revengers, where it's like, okay, I like the story, I like the time travel element, I like the character redemption, like full-on life redemption arc that we're doing with the main character. The girl is very, like, a lot of these characters are very lovable and they're wacky, and the story is interesting, but the character is just so weak. Like, I don't... It's like the one flaw in the show is the character just seems like he's so worthless all the time, and you're just waiting for someone better to come in and save the day while he just kills time. And he just gets his ass kicked over and over and over again. It's the one flaw in the show, and it just drives me insane. But everything else about it, I really enjoy. So I don't know whether to give this, like, first half of the season a 6 or a 7 or something, but it is.
I mean, but you are in the festival, so he's still just gaining time, but now he takes more risk, and like he gets seriously injured and shit.
Yeah, he gets stabbed through the hand, and it's like, this guy's just gonna murder him. It's fine, cool, whatever. And he just goes, nah, I'm gonna bite him, throw him in a sleeper hold, and choke him out. And then his buddies show up. I'm like, cool, I guess. The guy's still bleeding to death behind you. That's the problem.
That's fine.
Yeah. Let's go. Like, it takes more risk. After that, but it's still the same thing. Like, he's not strong.
No, it's such a problem with this show. Like, it's aggravating.
His power is being an actual adult that can think shit through. That's his special thing. Aside that, he's just a normal boy. He's not even a guy yet. He's just a boy going around it. But that's what makes me think the show's interest, honestly. Like, I don't want him to go around just like Mickey and just fucking obliterating everyone.
Well, no, but like it just it always pops into my head. I go, okay,
it's like,
you character, know you are gonna get into fights, a lot of fights against stronger guys. Why in the fuck in your free time wouldn't you ask a guy or ask police boy to fucking train your ass in just basic self-defense? Even
he doesn't have that much time.
Sure he does. Don't just stop going to school. Go to fucking martial arts classes. I don't know.
The problem is that will affect the future as well.
Yes, that's the whole point of the show, is to affect the future.
but he cannot affect the future negatively to himself as well. Or else he won't have the resources in the future as an adult to deal with whatever present threat there is. Because the gang that he's in right now, when he's young, becomes this really, really bad criminal organization. So he needs at least some sort of resources in the future as well. Problem is, when he's a child, he cannot just leave school or go do something or go do anything, because he always have a mission in mind. He cannot deviate that much from his mission.
I don't think I agree with that.
At least that's my way of thinking.
Like, there's always after school activities, but he's constantly just wandering around and he doesn't know what to do, and he's his goal is to, for example, the way it ends is to not have this dude get stabbed to death. And he knows he's going to get into a fight, and his solution throughout everything is, I'm going to go talk to the guy and yell at him and plead to not do something. And then he inevitably always gets in a fight and he gets his ass kicked. It's so irritating.
Yeah, because it's the beginning, and then they will start to listen to him more. And the main antagonist will show up. And it will become a battle of wits. And it's really cool. With a lot of people dying and killing themselves. Even though they are kids. It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still into the show. It's just a major character flaw.
The second core will be better, hopefully. It will become almost a seinen, I think. That's my opinion. It will stop resembling a shonen and become a battle of wits, pretty much.
Right. No, really I believe you.
All right, 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes. I'm on my One Piece binge. I'm 2 years behind, so I won't go into detail here. But if you're interested on my One Piece,
all right,
thoughts,
1 hour spoiler.
No. If you're interested in my One Piece thoughts, like DM me on Twitter or something. On my docket to kind of finish anime in the future. One day I will finish Isaac Tori just for you.
Oh yeah,
that show.
Finish that show.
I will finish that.
That was a blast from the past. Holy shit.
Yeah, fucking a year and a half ago at this point.
Yeah, 2020. Holy shit.
I started Wonder Egg Priority.
Eizouken has been that long?
Yeah, it's been that long. Believe it or not.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that show in a while, so when JD just brought it up, now I'm like, whoa, hold on. You're stirring up something deep within me. It's lay dormant for a while.
Are we talking about the same Eizouken? Because when JD talks about shows, usually they are at least 10 years old.
Yeah.
So like,
this is a different kind of retro.
Yeah, is this actually the Eizouken? Damn, has that been so long already though? Jesus.
Yeah, so I got
effects.
Yeah, so I got Eizouken kind of, I think that's next, along with finishing Wonder Egg Priority. I started that over this past weekend, since we didn't record. Halfway through the season, and it's weird as fuck. So I'll probably have
indeed weird as fuck.
Yeah, it's one of the more talked about anime of the year.
Yeah, it is. Well, it was. It's one of those shows where it's like, I need to finish it as well, but sadly, I mean, the show didn't finish when it was airing because of production issues, and then they released the last episode at a later time.
Yeah, it was like 3 weeks ago.
From what I understand, the last episode is not good.
I heard the same, so I'm very curious because the show is super interesting. It's weird as fuck. It's kind of like a Penguin Drum type anime.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a psychological anime through and through. So it's like it got like Penguin Drum, like Perfect Blue, like a lot of that shit. There's a lot of like weird things that like that you're watching it and it's like, all right, hold on here. This isn't just going to be straightforward. Like I'm bullied and suicide. Like that's the point, obviously, but it's like they're telling this in a bit of a roundabout way instead of just going straight for it. Let's pay attention to this. But I like it though. Like art wise, animation wise, kind of fluctuates a little bit, but it's pretty looking. I wish they didn't use CG backgrounds because that bothers me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like it's very visually striking as well. So it's like it definitely just demands attention. It's like, ooh, let me pay attention. Like right from the get go, when I started the first episode, I was just like, I need to pay attention to this show. This show wants something from me, and I kind of like it.
Yeah, so I hope I'll end up liking it. I hope it's a bad string. I'm on a bad string of just anime endings with a lot of these. Like there's a lot of them just aren't good, and this year's been rough for that. I'm looking at my current I'm looking at my current scores of anime throughout the season, and like my highest one is Dr. Stone's Stone Wars. Like that's my anime of the year. It's terrible.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, there's a. Sorry, I cannot say that with straight face.
I should not have a sequel of a shonen marked as my anime of the year right now.
There's a Moe girl playing icy hockey anime coming out.
No, I'm not watching that.
Yeah,
Techie. I'm not gonna do it.
Come on.
But it's your hockey anime, JD.
It's
No.
the hockey anime. You
No.
always wanted.
Don't make me.
Your dreams are coming true.
Finally,
What if they go to Canada?
How many years have you been talking about wanting an ice hockey anime?
Not like this. No, not like this.
And then one day the Finnish girl and the Canadian girl showed up.
Do you think there is? Hold on, let me see if there's a manga. If it's oh no, it's an original one.
Look, I just watched a Bishi Boy skate anime. I can't do another fucking shitty, like lesbian.
Imagine if it's just like to pull people off, and it's just like fucking super violent and dark.
Also, the character design is the same from Bandori.
It's just this like weird cash grab boob anime thing. I just can't do it.
Can you imagine, Tori? They're just playing hockey and suddenly someone just elbows someone in the face and the Moe girl teeth just goes flying.
Look, it's going to be closer to someone gets checked into the boards and their clothes explode. That's what's going to happen. It's closer to that.
They will fucking push them into the fucking fence. Their clothes will explode. Their helmet will fall off, and then somebody will come in from the side with a fucking a club race and just fucking take their head off.
No, what they'll do is they'll fall onto each other in a 69 position and blush. That's what will happen.
Hell yeah, I'm into that.
Oh. Can we make a bingo and watch the show?
No, I don't want to watch this show. I got Attack on Titan final season, part 1 of season 1 to watch.
The second part isn't coming out yet. Come on.
Wait, what did you say?
Look, man, I don't know how Attack on Titan measures its seasons. It's like split into 4 parts across 2 years or whatever.
Season 1, part 1?
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Final season, part 1.
Final season. Which season is actually the final season? Season 4?
Final season, part 2.
No, but
I don't know.
4? Or season 3?
4, season 5? No, it's definitely not season 3. It might be season 5, actually.
Because season 3 was part 1 and part 2, right?
They overcomplicate it, and I don't get it.
It's part 4. Part 4, season 1? No, wait. Season 4, part 1. There you go. Yeah.
Ugh. I hate it.
Is it though?
Hate it. I hate the naming convention.
Yes, technically. But technically, season 3, part 1 and part 2. Well, season 3 is just called season 3. Season 3, part 2. So technically, those are separate seasons. So yeah.
Wait, what? Okay. Sure.
It took place like a year apart as well, so you know. And
I need to watch a good anime. I need to watch a good anime for the season, and I'm very irritated.
This isn't. Let's see. What am I watching?
Is Sunny Boy going to be any good? Is Higurashi part 30 going to be any good?
Sunny Boy was weird as fuck.
Good. I could use some weird as fuck. At least it'll be interesting. Scarlet Nexus, that's off a video. Nah, it's probably going to be basic as shit. Nighthead 2041.
Is that game?
We heard good things about that yet?
No.
Ugh, seasonal anime. Let me check Mal. Mal top. Let's see here. What's the top rated of Mal so far?
The Slime one, part 2 is Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
So Slime part 2, that's a thumbs down. Maid season 2, that's a thumbs down. Higurashi, that's another like sequel thing. Love Live. Oh.
This is a bad season.
Oh.
Shiraisuna no Akatop is beautiful, I guess.
Bad season.
Scarlet Nexus by Sunrise, 6.57 on Mal. I might as well just delete that off. Nighthead 2041, 6.52. Fuck me. This is terrible.
There's Jahi-sama.
It's the best.
Although it's just coming out in August, but it's Jahi-sama. Jahi-sama is fun.
Nah, it's bad.
Wow.
It's true.
Wow. It's not. Jahi-sama is good.
Nah.
Is My Hero Academia's 5th season going to get my anime of the year? Is that what we're looking at here?
Apparently.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean,
I like it, but
if you say if it happens, then I guess we will qualify for being the hosts of Crunchyroll Awards.
Hell yeah!
Oh man. Yeah, we didn't even go. We didn't even go over that this year. Yeah,
we didn't.
No,
I didn't watch it mostly because it's nobody wanted to watch it with me, and I'm not sitting up all night watching it.
No, nor should you.
Why haven't I watched it?
Hey, man, I'll watch it if somebody wants to watch it with me. I like making fun of it, but
I mean, we can make fun. We can make fun of it in 2022.
Maybe I had something to watch because I usually watch it with you.
I mean, so nothing's stopping us from retroactively watching it now.
Oh no, fuck that.
There is something that's stopping me from retroactively watching it now. That is my will to do so.
Yeah, we just look at the awards and just go, "Oh, okay."
I did. I already did look at it, and I'm like, you know what? Nah,
I'm good. No thanks.
When you said that, I shuffled through my options, my free will options, and I wish I was joking, but actually throwing myself from a building was higher than watching Crunchyroll Awards, and that's highly concerning. So I might just seek help. I won't let you.
You had mental damaging thoughts thinking about the Crunchyroll Awards.
No, not really. It's just like, what should I do that would probably more pleasant than that?
Yeah, acts of self-harm, way better.
Yeah, self-harming myself was, dude. It was the first thing. It was like self-harming.
Hey man, God. You can all just take it easy on yourself. Just do some solo Apex Rag. No wait, that's self-harm too.
Yeah, no, that's below Crunchyroll Awards probably. Yeah, no, yeah, next year.
So 2021 anime has been pretty.
We can host that shit. It's gonna be
pretty
fun.
dire.
Yeah.
Pretty dire.
I accept payment and cocaine.
I mean, JD, this is just another good excuse to just look through older anime that you have probably skipped at some point, and then sift through all the garbage.
I mean, I have been doing that.
Find that one show. Yeah,
I have been doing that.
And that's what you're gonna have to keep doing because there's nothing this season.
I might not watch anything from this season now that I look at it.
I won't watch anything from this season. Like I said, I'm gonna be spending this time catching up. I still watched roughly 2 episodes of anime, and that isn't the podcast show.
Maybe I'll watch one just to say that I watched it. I watched something from this season. Just pick it and go rip it apart.
I am just so done with season. I mean, like I watched over 20 seasons of anime, like seasonal anime in a row.
Ooh.
And quite frankly, right now, my desire to watch seasonal anime is quite low.
That's even because none of it's good.
It's just like, well, even stuff that I'm like that I am looking forward to. I'm like, oh, I really want to watch that. I'm like, I don't really feel like watching it when it comes out. I'll probably watch it at a later time.
Man, Vito was really killed you.
It really did, but hey man, listen, the good thing about VTubers is I can watch VTubers and I can edit videos at the same time, so I can multitask doing that. I can't really do that watching anime. It's a little bit difficult. My Japanese isn't that good.
There's another Mahoka Koko coming out.
There is the spin-off. I'm not watching that. I don't think.
It's a spin-off.
Yeah,
this is rough.
Huh.
Shall we review Slam Dunk now?
No. Hold on, just a little bit. I hate myself because I can't. No, seriously, I do hate myself. I do hate myself.
I have something very. Hold on, before we record, I have something really important to be in this record. I really hate myself.
I really hate
myself. Let's go. But
anyway, my God.
Finish your
tears now. Hickey is contemplating self-harm as better than watching something, and Tori's really adamant about getting how much he hates himself instead of reviewing what we're here for.
Listen, you don't understand. I hate myself, but I do actually really enjoy Mahoka.
That's fine. Are you going to watch the spin-off?
Oh man,
I don't know. Maybe I haven't decided yet. Maybe I will if I feel like
you've realized your words.
Yeah, but it's one of those shows where it's like it's fucking trash, but god damn it, it's that sort of enjoyable trash that doesn't take itself too seriously, and I kind of dig that. I like that mentality. I like this is for a very specific type of audience, so fucking have no self-respect, and god damn it, that is me.
I feel you. But Data Live season 4 is already on my plan to watch.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now is the time to review Slam Dunk.
Last.
Yeah, maybe. Give me the go-ahead. Tell me we can.
All right, go ahead. Fine.
Thank you. All right, playing the drop.
Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go!
Wow, exactly at the hour mark. Here we go.
Ooh, that's exactly what I was stalling for, JD.
Oh, yeah, on purpose, totally.
Yeah, it was totally a joke that I hate myself.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of hating myself, slam dunk.
Oh, come on. All right, let me get the synopsis out of the way first. Sakuragi has hit an all-time low. During his last year of junior high school, 50 different girls rejected him, the last one choosing a basketball player instead. Thus, it's no surprise that in high school, Sakuragi beats up anyone who dares utter the name of the sport. However, it's not long until he meets Haruko, a beautiful basketball enthusiast, and is determined to make her fall in love with him. He even signs up to the school team to accomplish this goal. However, in his quest of winning Haruko's heart, it won't be easy as her brother is very strict and protective captain of the basketball team. Haruko's eyes are focused on Sakuragi's rival, the talented Rukawa. Can Sakuragi give up? This synopsis sucks. All right, basically, Delinquent joins the basketball team. He to make this girl fall in love with him, and over the course of basically trying to prove this guy wrong, he slowly falls in love with the game, and his sense of competition overwhelms him. And thus we get wacky over-characterization and Delinquent type arcs and cool little basketball games. That's I think that's better. You think that's better, Tori?
Yeah, I guess the point across.
So we watched episodes 1 through 25. It's from Toei Animation, and it came out in 1993. Who was the director?
It looked like it.
Director was Nobutaka Nishizawa, and he did. He's the Galaxy Express 39 guy.
Yeah. I like this guy.
Yeah, and this is definitely a Toei Animation animated show.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
I like this. Like, I mean, again, right? It comes out in that like early 90s, 80s time, right? Delinquent shows were a dime a dozen. Delinquent shows were popular at the time. And I love the fact that somebody was like, Delinquent show. But sports. What's a good sport for delinquents? Basketball. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Greatness.
Yeah. It's not a great sport for delinquents. It's a great sport for redemption arcs, as we discussed before.
No, I know, but it's kind of funny in that because it's like it's a good sport for delinquents or for redemption arcs for that fact that it's like can't be rough on the court, can't hit someone, can't even touch them.
And then you have Hanamichi just going around head-butting people.
I love that even literally in a game, just like fucking slaps dude in the stomach. But, ref! I didn't see anything.
Yeah, he's like, what happened? That was funny. I was right behind the ref's back. I was like, okay, more of that, please. So I was really into this anime. I mean, it's shonen, so of course I am.
Sure.
But I hate the main character.
Really?
Like how he's portrayed. He's always loud. It's the same joke over and over with the guy. When it's like focused on the sport of basketball and the spirit of competition and wanting to win, and it shows like the progression of the players. I love all that, especially from a player that played basketball his entire youth up until I blew out my ankle in college. I love the sport of basketball. So, of course, it ends roughly for me. I didn't go full delinquent like one of these characters.
Did you do it alone, or you just?
No, I was on teams.
No, I know, but how did you blow your ankle?
It was in practice in college.
Did you fall on it and?
A 6'6" dude from Saginaw, Michigan, landed. He elbowed me in midair, and I came down on his foot and the floor and completely rolled my ankle and almost tore my Achilles. I had a high ankle sprain, low ankle sprain, and broke a bone in my foot.
Yeah, that sucks.
And never the same since. So.
Yeah, I feel
that was when I started going down the wrong path.
And just like a character in this show, just like a character in this show, life was over. I dropped out of college. I beat up random basketball players. I made sure the team fell into despair. Life goals changed.
Yeah, nah. I mean, to be honest, that kind of surprised me. I kind of agree. I don't hate Sakuragi, but I mean, he's not my favorite character. But kind of surprised me to hear you say, he is loud, and I'm just like, yeah, it's shonen. You watch multiple shows where the main character is loud. The main character is just
the and I don't like Black Clover because of that very same thing.
JD, do you remember the early episodes of One Piece? Do you remember, like, not even the early episodes, for fucking ever in the beginning? Do you remember Luffy? Man can't fucking stop shouting.
Okay, there's a difference between me watching One Piece over the course of like 20 years and starting it when I was a young teenager to watching Slam Dunk when I'm in my early 30s.
When I watched One Piece, like the fucking first 50 episodes, I legitimately couldn't watch more than 3 episodes at a time. I had to take a break because I was getting a headache because Luffy cannot stop fucking screaming.
The only 2, well, maybe 3. The 3 I know they don't scream and just scream mildly is the guy from Shaman King. That man is chill.
Oh yeah, he's super chill. His whole character is, bro, I just want an easy life. What can I do?
Ichigo doesn't scream that much, and Gon, but Gon is debatable.
I mean, screaming during the act of battle is different than just everyday life. Is loud.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I mean, all about fucking Sakuragi is loud, though. Literally, his personality, his way of being, his fucking hair.
Yeah, the red hair.
He's a ginger boy.
Sticks out like a sore thumb.
He's a big ginger boy.
Everyone has the same fucking hair color except for him and the fucking
the pompadour.
Yeah.
Yeah. The elephant trunk kind of style hair. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, all right.
Genius basketball man. Hanamichi. I like it.
Hanamichi is the best character. Wait.
Yeah.
Right? No. Made a mistake.
Hanamichi is the main character.
Who was I'm thinking of Akagi. That's who I was thinking of.
Gorilla?
Yeah, Gorilla.
Yeah.
Gorilla.
Now, I must say, this show is incredibly memeable.
Yeah.
Like,
Rukawa just slapping at the issue. It's like, you motherfucker woke me up. How dare you?
Beats up 5 dudes on a roof, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of fighting. It's, well, for times there are, like, I mean, kind of memeable, I guess. I think for me, one of the things that kind of brings the show down a little bit for me is the comedy of this show.
Yes,
not because necessarily the comedy is not funny, but it's so obnoxious and it's constant. It never, ever, ever wants to let go. Like whenever it does let go, it's like 2 seconds, and it's like somebody has to make a joke. Somebody has to make a joke. Somebody somewhere has to make a joke. And it's like
that's usually Hanamichi.
It is usually Hanamichi.
Yeah.
When there's nothing else to do, we just runs up to fucking Coach Ansai and just slaps his fat double chin. Like, yes, good coach, bad coach. Do what I tell you to.
Yeah. The show doesn't have a self rhythm. It just has Hanamichi rhythm. So everyone dances to the music of Hanamichi. Even Gori or Takenori Akagi. He is kind of he's the leader, he's the captain. But even him just go around punching people in the head so they behave. Because he's always stuck to Hanamichi's rhythm. I don't mind. Of course the jokes become obnoxious because it's all Hanamichi jokes. But I don't know. I like the show. I have the nostalgia glasses over this one. So like I'm just looking at it, it's like, I remember that. I'm so glad the show is still good since I remember my childhood. It's not like some other shows we reviewed in this podcast, one in particular that let's not go there. But yeah.
So I like the ensemble cast as a whole together, and I think my favorite arc was definitely kind of where we left off with the with Mitsui. He's a delinquent that blew out his ACL, and because he blew out his ACL and was stubborn and came back early, he like re-blew it out, and he so he was dumb. He made a dumb mistake, and because he made this dumb mistake, now everyone must pay for his dumb mistake. So he became a super delinquent. And he gets all these dudes to want to beat up the basketball team, and including this older dude. And it's funny how the best thing in the show is a fucking fight on a basketball court while they're training.
Dude, I mean, again, that's where just the delinquent thing comes in. Like, when that shit was building up, I'm like, oh my god, we have serious moment going on right now. We're building up to something big. Fucking big badass dude comes in and he's like, I'm about to kick some major ass. And so he does. Rukawa gets fucking knocked out.
Yeah, they're fucking just like, kicking dudes with rakes and shit over the head and stabbing bitches.
And I'm just like, this is my delinquent show. Hello, where were you hiding?
Yeah, that's when things picked up.
And then Sakuragi just steps in, the fucking big badass dude. You come in and it's like, you can like just constantly making fun of him whenever he hits him. It's just like, there's a mosquito here. It keeps stinging me. Doesn't really hurt though. And then it's just being a funny guy, huh? Well, let me see how you like this. Goes for another punch, and Sakuragi just smacks his hand away, and it's like, I can read your punches now. You can't touch me anymore.
Right.
It's just oh my god.
And then Sakuragi's on gang just joined the fight. It's like, oh yeah, finally this motherfucking shit is hitting up. Let's fucking go. I was like, oh yeah.
There's my delinquent show.
So yeah, that's how the final arc goes down. That's cool. The first arc is Sakuragi just discovering basketball in general. Not much to say there.
Gaining trust as well. Come on, there's a little bit of shine on his character.
Well, yeah, he's very.
Once show this little piece of shit by cleaning everything.
Yeah, he's very devoted. Once he gets something in his head, he's extremely devoted, and he puts his all into it. So that's kind of his.
He's devoted.
That's his character.
And he's a team player. He's a team player as well. He doesn't particularly enjoy I mean, again, he hates losing, but he also hates kind of that whole Well, yeah, but he hates Rukawa because Haruko likes Rukawa, so that makes sense.
I love the Reiko's vision where she's always looking at Rukawa.
Yeah. No, I like I kind of dig the simplicity of it, right? Because it's like, and this is one of the times where I feel like setting it in having like a high school setting makes sense, right? Because it's like Sakuragi joins the basketball team for the dumbest reason of all, because he is interested in this girl who likes basketball.
I mean, kids are like that.
When it just becomes, and that's just when it becomes beautiful that it's set in high school, because it's like, yep, that's high school students, all right.
Yeah, that's exactly what someone like him would do.
How many people can't say that they picked up a guitar because they wanted to fucking impress a girl? A lot of people did.
Exactly. No, you're right. Yeah. There was a mini arc with the dude from the judo team who is Akagi's like friend from childhood. That was really funny. That made me laugh a lot.
That guy's also very persistent, but in a bad way.
Yeah. No, I love the over. It was just this wacky over like haiku like lines all the time, and it led to I've been using this on Twitter all the time whenever someone wants to argue with me with something, where it's just it's a line that just goes, I knew you were incapable of civil conversation.
Yeah,
it's the best.
No, I like it. I just like his conversation. I even like the fucking jokes with Hanamichi there, with Sakuragi there. Just like the fucking when he's like, join the judo team. Don't you want these pictures of Haruko from different stages up through childhood? I do. Then join. That means you will join the fucking judo club. I refuse. So you don't want these pictures? No, I do. Then join. I refuse.
In art style as well.
Yeah, it's just constantly. It's like, no, but you don't understand. Like, if you're gonna take these pictures, you need to join. If you're gonna take these pictures that you want, you do want them, right? Yes. Okay, that means you're going to have to join the judo club. I refuse. What do you mean you refuse? This isn't open for debate.
It's like, no, I'm just going to beat your ass for him.
Just great.
Yeah, that was wacky. And Akagi was like, he gets it. He will join the basketball team. Stupid. It's so stupid. But yeah, that made me laugh. Like, that character was just so wacky, over the top. That, for some reason, that got me, and Sakuragi's overall character just being, like you said, he is the pace of the show. And you will never divert from it.
Yeah, no. The show doesn't have a rhythm. It has the Hanamichi music, and everyone dances to it. The super genius basket man, Hanamichi Sakuragi.
Yeah, but they got quite the team together. So they got Akagi, he's the giant center. They call him Gorilla. He's very strict coach guy. They actually have a competent basketball coach that knows like strategy and shit, and he just leaves the teaching the basics, because I mean that's a thing a lot of these this anime did a good job establishing, is most of their team are like playing basketball for the first time. So they got girl character, can't remember her name.
Kenori Akagi.
Yeah, like she's teaching basics to a lot of these guys, including Sakuragi. They go, no, you can't get on the court until you learn the basics. We know that you have like good kind of fundamental instincts, but you still need to like know how to dribble. That's kind of important. And so this does a lot of what I critique over sports anime a lot of the times, is there's just this wacky level up system. But for basketball, Sakuragi's like 6'6", so it makes sense that teach him the basics of rebounding and he will out rebound anyone smaller than him, kind of deal.
And he jumps high.
And he jumps high. Like, they establish he has an incredible leap. And it's like, yes, in basketball, that is very important, and you just can't really teach that.
And he's fast.
And does he have...
doesn't give it the ball.
Well, here's the other thing. He's never shot a ball in his life, so instead of just saying he has natural skill at shooting a ball, because he's never done it, you go, no, he has to work his ass off just to get a layup. And he does. And it takes him forever to for it to finally click with him. And he's really struggling with that. Like, so the characters that have been playing it their whole lives, like Rukawa, he's really good. Ryota Miyagi, a character I really like as well. He's a guard, so he's super fast and has big skills. And he's kind of the same vein of Sakuragi, which actually kind of made me laugh a little bit.
Yeah, that was probably what I was about to say when he got introduced. I love it because the moment they were like, oh man, he's not gonna get along with Sakuragi, I was just like, they're gonna get along great.
Oh my god, the whole bro moment on swings where they have this. I thought me being rejected by 13 girls was bad. This guy understands my pain and more. We are best friends.
Like, everyone is just like, they're so incompatible. Like, they hate each other's types. They will never get along. And then they both get along in the fact that they both just think the other one is so fucking pitiful that they have to take pity on them.
They have such a bro moment over each other's pity. It's so great.
Perfect.
That was a nice arc.
Yeah, but one thing though that is kind of a little bit annoying, not because of like, but it's kind of typical. It's kind of typical sports anime, and that is that like, oh, we are a very weak basketball team with bad players. And then suddenly, one by one, fucking everyone and their mother just shows up out of nowhere with their secret basketball skills or fucking past of playing basketball, and be like, it's just like, it's kind of typical. It's like, yeah, of course, there's always fucking basketball prodigies just hiding around, you know?
Well, I mean, not really. It established that. No. I thought this was good because it established that these players existed. And they said, like, last year we were really bad. Well, why was that? Well, Mitsui was a fucking delinquent, not playing, and he's coming off an ACL injury. Ryota was fucking demolished by fucking delinquents. He was in the hospital for God knows how long. So he wasn't around for that season. They established, like, Miyagi's character is like, I can't fucking get in a fight again. I want to play basketball. Fuck.
I see what you're saying, but I kind of disagree with that for the fact that it's kind of retroactively fixed, like after the fact.
I mean, the conversation never was brought up until necessary.
Even still, I don't really see that. I don't really bring that as a point because I find that to be, it still falls into that kind of typical sports anime thing where it's like, it always happens in every sports anime. I'm not saying this is the worst example of that. I'm just saying it's another example. In most sports anime, it's literally just like fucking, our team is so terrible. But don't worry, we have a bunch of first years who's like, have you played before? I stopped playing for a year, but yeah, I was national champion. And it's like, yeah, of course, they always come. Everyone is fucking God's gift to this sport.
I think what works in Slam Dunk is because they got every single trope of sports anime in one team. You have the goalie captain, which is also the only coach going around punching people and telling them to work hard.
Oh, I suppose you're right.
The only coach just chilled out.
Yeah. We finally don't have the actual coach like pelting basketballs at dudes. That's real. It's such a blessing.
I do like that they brought that up. They were like, oh yeah, no, Ansai, he was a fucking demon of a coach back in the day. But he's chilled out now.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I see.
This dude probably like smoked a bunch of weed after he accidentally killed a child throwing basketballs at him. He's like, redemption arc for Ansai. Really looking forward to that one.
Yeah. But then you have like the natural talent kind of thing with Rukawa. You have the two that were in the team and come back with their own redemption arc-ish kind of things. And then you have Hanamichi, which is just, I am going to just do my best every single day so I can fuck a girl.
Godspeed.
Yeah, it's a valid, objective. But regardless, and again, it's the effort player, a guy who never played before, and he just puts a lot of effort in it every single day, just hard work. So we have every single kind of sports anime trope colliding into one team, and I think it's great. Even if you don't like one type, you have the other ones to choose from.
Yeah, like even though I'm not into Sakuragi's character, like really at all, there are redeeming factors about it.
Or even his trope, right?
Right.
Of being the guy who just puts a bunch of effort and then suddenly he's in the starting line because he trained a lot. It's like, yeah. But then we have Gori, which is like the captain and the guy who's been playing a long time and he really loves the sport. And it's like, yeah, you know what? I can get along with that dude, that one.
Well, I also I like the Kagi even. So I wonder. I think that maybe it was in episode like 26. So I'm going one episode ahead. But they established Akagi as when he came into high school. Like, sure, he loves basketball, but he couldn't dribble worth a shit, and that was one of his biggest weaknesses. Thought that was interesting.
I think, yeah.
Maybe that was episode 25.
They deconstruct. They start deconstruction. Deconstruct a little bit of the tropes. Even Urukawa, he's not really talented. He just really puts a lot of effort as well. So it's a very cool sports anime.
Yeah, so
you can see from the first 25 episodes why people really like calling it the best sports anime.
It's hard to say at this point, but I'm definitely into it, and I want to see how this team just evolves and gets better. Because a lot of putting this team of 5 together is really good. And they look they look and feel like a team that's going to go far in various tournaments, and they establish having a big rival in Sendo, who is just this like ace player that it takes 2 or 3 people to stop on together rather than and they established also he has a number 2 player in the big center that's Akagi's rival, and that's done really well. And so I'm really looking forward to more. Now the question is, are you guys?
Yeah, like what was it? The trope of the first loss for Hanamichi, and it's like a 7-episode match. Like it was so long, but it was so.
That's 5 minutes alone. We're like 2 episodes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, dude, it was so long. It reminds me of football anime from the same period, where like one match is like 10, 12 episodes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Half a season. Yeah, half a season.
What was that? What was that football anime we watched?
Whistle.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that one.
Oh, here's a question that we haven't brought up, and I'll kind of leave it at that. Is court teleportation? Do you guys feel that there was too much court teleportation?
A little bit. I felt like the court was a little bit too small at times, because like you have a rebound at one point and suddenly they are already on the other side disputing another.
I mean, like there's a lot of small things like that. It's the sort of same things like this isn't even just sports anime. This is like anime from the time as well. You know, the fucking like the directionally challenged camera.
Yeah.
Right? It's like they're in defense and then it's like being they're on the right side of the fucking player, and then suddenly the next thing they're on the left going like back fucking on the other side, going back towards their basket, like stealing the ball, going back towards their basket, but it's the opponent's basket, and it's like, no, that's the wrong way. What? It's like that sort of stuff, and it's like it's a little bit annoying. I wish it wasn't like that, but it's not
because like bad. a lot of elements of basketball you cannot really show in the anime, like the 24-second. Sometimes it even happens, right? Ayako, which is the manager. Maybe you're trying to remember the name, JD.
Oh, thank
you. She
you.
even says like the time, the 3-second time inside of the attacking
the paint
area. The beat. Yeah, those kind of things, it happens. But the whole 24 seconds of attack, where when you see a basketball match, you see the like one of the players kind of midfield just kicking the ball, just not kicking. It's not football. But you
slide tackle.
Yeah, he's just there in the middle, waiting the players to make their movements. And you have like 12 seconds, sometimes even 20 seconds of just that, right?
Yeah.
You cannot have that. They even show from time to time that part, kind of the player waiting a little bit, the fence is up, so he's just waiting someone to be free so he can pass the ball. It shows it, but that's not really the point. And also remember, this is high school basketball, so it has a lot of out of boundary balls and probably a lot of faults. So the game is technically slow, but not slow because it is deliberately being slowed down by the key players. It's just slow because the ball is always going out, or they're always trying to shoot, even from really weird and not so advised positions. And they show that from time to time, especially with Hanamichi just going around trying to avoid passing the ball to Rukawa, and he would just do this weird kind of pass to someone, and the guy would just shoot. Those kind of things that happen in high school. I think you're better to develop that than I am, because I play football during my youth. But showing, the stalemate of the game, I don't think it's good. So there's a lot of teleportation, but I'm cool with it. I want to see people just elbowing each other and trying to shoot and slam dunk. That's the whole point of this show.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, again, there's less with most sports anime. You have like the slowdown moment, even like the time stop moment where it's like, we have this whole monologue now, right? And it's like, it's technically supposed to, be an instant, like be like a second, but it takes like 10 minutes. Shit like that happens, right? So that's just typical sports anime. It's a little bit funny as well with the teleportation, like how it's like you just see everyone run back on defense, and then suddenly somebody gets a steal and just chuck the ball downfield, and somebody's just for some reason up in the in the opponent's paint, which isn't necessarily unheard of in basketball to leave one player up, but it's like we literally just saw him back on defense like 2 seconds ago. There's no way he got back up there. Shit makes no sense, but it's fine. It's anime. It doesn't have to make sense.
Yep.
As long as you understand what's happening, as long as they somewhat abide by the rules, and though things like 3 seconds violations and shit like that, that's just probably just going to come up whenever necessary because fuck actually counting 3-second violations.
Yeah. Yeah. It's more like that.
Or the fucking Sakuragi.
I don't even know. Like,
Sakuragi keeping Akagi back in the mid when they're on the attack, and he's just holding like, no, let me defend Sendo. And he's like, no, I will do it. No, let me. Just like the players are literally just upfield, like, guys, we're in attack. We're playing a game. Hello, can you join?
Yeah. Like, of course, there's a lot of basketball missing in the basketball match, but I think it's just for entertainment, honestly. It's like, I think probably in the future, as it progresses, of course, we're gonna have more matches, and definitely 10, 12 episodes matches. So maybe it will be better. Again,
yeah, I expect it will be as well.
The show is following Hanamichi's rhythm, Hanamichi's song. So Hanamichi will get better. He will become a better player. So maybe the quality of the games and what they show us will be better. I don't remember if they do it, but they can pull in Nakage no En. That first match was just shoots and rebounds because that's the whole thing Hanamichi is interested in. Right? But we can see more of other kind of sides of basketball as it advances because they already show this is what they're trying to go to.
All right, guys.
But then again, I like the show, so I don't know. I will like it regardless.
All right, well then here's the $1 million question. I already got my next pick for episode 106 selected. Do we want to continue?
Yeah. I mean, like I said,
I vote yes.
I'm probably going to continue anyways because I do find the show entertaining. Like I agree with JD. I think the end part where we left off was where it got the most entertaining. Again, I like Delinquent shows. They're fun. And that whole thing kind of when we finally got a little bit of serious time, I was into that. The practice match I was not very into. And that just, again, comes down to me knowing too much about these tropes. I literally called the game before they even entered the game. Like when they even just started talking about it, I was like, oh yeah, and this is where the rival will be established, and they will probably lose to like a last-second shot or something, and typical stuff. They'll put up a fight,
Hanamichi will be very angry because
Hanamichi will be very angry, and it's just like, yep, and there we go. Beat for beat, this happened like I predicted it because it always does. Because they're establishing the rival. Yeah. You can't beat the rival the first time because that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, and
you gotta book this properly.
Toei's animation chef case animation just kicks in, and you don't see pretty much anything.
So Toei can do good work, but goddamn it, when they do bad work, they do really bad work.
Yes, it's the 19th. It's Toei's 1993. I don't think they were going through a good phase.
They still had Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon and all that going on.
But it's still like the early 90s.
Yeah.
Sailor Moon looked awful, JD, so
No,
well, I know, but they weren't like financially in trouble.
No, of course not.
The early 90s Dragon Ball animation isn't good.
I never said it was.
Yeah.
It's just what they do. Yeah. This is what Toei does.
Yeah, because they're too big.
But I say that, like, you cannot stop watching the show.
Yeah.
You just
I vote yes. Keep going. And I give this first 25 episodes a nice solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I also say yes. I do plan on watching more anyways, like I've said, and it's fun. It's got its moments. Not super into parts of it, but I like it. I liked it enough. I give it a 6.
Cool. Hickey?
Shoot. I'll give it a 7. My final score is 8. So I'll give it 7 for now.
I look forward to the more then.
But again, it's been a long time. And I like the show. And I like the show. So it's been a long time. I like the show. I've also read the manga. But when I put scores on those shows, One, I didn't score shows before.
Mm-hmm.
I was peer pressure to start doing it.
Please.
Can't wait.
By Tori.
Please.
Second one, I didn't rewatch Triple Death Score. And the third one is, man, this show is so fucking fun. So I was like, man, I should put it a 9, but I don't remember much thing. But I remember having a blast. So I put it an 8. That was all my thought process. For the first 25 episodes, it's very promising. You cannot stop watching after an episode because you get intrigued and entertained by what is happening. Toy animation kind of fucky-wucky some parts, so 7. Also, the OP and the ED are really cool.
Yeah. And for those listening, you can watch the entire series on Crunchyroll. Which is what I'm doing.
Depending on the region.
Oh, well. If you live in the United States, like myself currently, got a job interview in Spain, so we'll see what happens there.
Really?
Yeah. I got a number of job interviews coming up in the next month or so. So who knows? Maybe by the end of the year I'll be in another country.
Spain's fine.
Yeah, I've never been to Spain.
Spain is fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll see. There's also a job in Texas again, so I don't know.
Go get close to your family.
Texas is a big state. I would not be close to them. Funny enough,
it's closer than right now.
It is closer than Rhode Island. Yes, that is very true.
I don't know too much about the United States geology, but
geography.
But yeah, I believe you don't know much about the geology too. I would believe that.
Hey man, maybe Rhode Island is plain and Texas is just full of mountains, so it doesn't matter. You're still far away from them.
I can confirm mountains are not a big part of the geography of Texas.
Okay.
The geography? I guess.
Yes, the geography.
Yeah. So are they? Yeah, we can talk about your jobs later.
Anyways,
good luck to you. Spain is fine, aside the fact they speak Spanish. But
yeah, that's kind of a big detractor for me currently.
If I take the job, can you tell all of them to start speaking German and/or English?
German or English would be vastly preferred.
The entire country, just change your language right now, and please be fluent in it by the time that I arrive. That's my one condition.
You can learn Spanish. I can help you.
Spanish? No, don't learn Spanish. Don't do it.
All right, guys. That does it for this episode of the Red Leaf Retrocast. Join us next time as we review Steam Boy. So that's coming up next week. See you next time.
Peace.
Goodbye.